Hi, hello all, welcome to JAP, and this is another video in the programming series of Learner's Launch. In the previous video, we saw the process of programming. This is a continuation of that process of creating a program. Let's quickly finish this introductory to this programming series and start with the actual action of programming soon. Let's start with today's video. Designing a flowchart or pseudocode for a small program is easy, but in real life problems, the programs can be of large size due to its complexities. In order to create a program of a problem in real life, we might need to learn how to break this big size problem into smaller pieces and then putting these small pieces together for the required output. We must combine all these results from this small parts in such a way we attain our results as expected for the real life problem. This combining of small pieces can be done with the use of flowchart or pseudocode. The entire program for solving the real life program can be written using many small pseudocode or flowchart, and using this flowchart making it into a simpler computer program is an easy job. This is called top-down approach. As in this, each step we consider a small piece and get the solution and combine it further. In computer programming, when we follow this, more importance was given on the procedure, that is method of executing things or simply the way we approach a solution, and no importance was given on to the data. This is known as structured programming language, which we already mentioned in our previous videos. In case, while doing this process of breaking small tasks and bringing it together, we have importance for both procedures and data, then that is what we call object-oriented programming, where the data is the object. This is frequently used in C++ and Java, which we will explain further while we are into the contents of those programming languages. Okay, now let's see an example to illustrate the top-down approach. This can be followed while doing any program. Okay, the question is about write a program to arrange 100 numbers in ascending order. The method is read 100 natural numbers first and put them as A1, A2 and so on. Find the smallest of these, interchange this number, that is the smallest number we found, with the first number. Repeat these steps 98 times, starting from second, third and so on. Output the 100 numbers that we have arranged in the ascending order. That's a method they have said. Let us try to write the pseudocode for this large program. Okay, now let us see the pseudocode that we have written for this program that is stated. This is simple illustration and not the exact execution, because this is a pseudocode that is of English words and this won't be executed in a compiler. We simply showed this in a compiler so that we could create some enthusiasm in seeing the words. Okay, let's get into the pseudocode that we have written. Firstly, they said to get the 100 numbers, so we need to take that 100 numbers and store it in a place. That place is we store as AF1, AF2, and this is a special type of data type we use in programming, that is array. We will speak more about arrays when we get into the concepts of programming further. Okay, after we have read, this is the first PC0, that is a pseudocode first thing that we need to execute. Okay, if you see read numbers, but we didn't mention how we need to do. We simply see this is a large pseudocode that we have written, and after that the main pseudocode for which we need the output. See, do I is equals to 1, that is the first instance of the 100 numbers integers, and 2 from I is equals to 1 to 99, till that count this loop has to be executed. And this is PC1 we have initiated like pseudocode 1. This is the main pseudocode that will give the output for our expected problem. Okay, then inside this pseudocode we have made 3 statements, and these 3 statements are small pseudocodes, and we didn't mention what will be done in this pseudocode itself. We have written the separate pseudocode in another screen so that one by one it will be executed and it will be combined further. Okay, we'll see what is the pseudocode we have written. First, find the smallest of a of 1 to a of 100, that is, it will find which is the smallest number, and then the smallest number to be in the jth position. That we will show how we have done in the pseudocode. Interchange a of I to a of j, this also will show in the pseudocode 4. So this is how the pseudocode what comprises of the 3 inner pseudocodes, and after that we will put the output. Okay, as we mentioned previously, the pseudocode 0 said simply read, but we didn't say how it to be done. So for that also we created a pseudocode and given like for count is equals to 1 to 100, do read a of count. We can use this same block itself for the output also. Simply write print a of count. Now this block of pseudocode can be used both for read and output. That's it for this pseudocode, and we need to see further these 3 pseudocodes how it has been written. Okay, let's see that. Yeah, now you can see this is the pseudocode 2 that we wrote to find the smallest of the numbers a of 1 to a of 100. When we put in the first, we initialize the counter variable that we mentioned as I is equals to 1 and position also 1, because we assume that the first number will be the smallest number, and we again set a min variable that is of I, a of I in the sense the first instance of variable we have initialized, and this will be incremented as we go on in the loop. And we have written a for loop. We will explain the loop conditions when we get into the programming. For now you understand that for n is equals to I plus 1 to 100 till this will be keep on incrementing, and when it reaches till 100 this will be keep on implementing to find the minimum value, that is the smallest value when comparing 2 numbers. Then store the min value is equals to the smallest value that we have found in the array, so that the min value will get the smallest value, and the position we need to find the position so that we can skip the number from the first or is any other position to the position that we have found the smallest number is present. So we will store the position is equal to n, and we saw the second PC3 that let the smallest number to be jth position, that is we will get the smaller position, that is n, and we have stored it in the variable position. So now we will store the position into the j index. That's it for the PC3, and PC4 will do the interchanging of a of I to a of j. For that we create a temporary variable and store the a of I value, and temp will have the a of I, that is the first value before interchanging. And now a of I will be initialized with a of j, and a of j is being interchanged with temp because we are interchanging. By this way a of I will get the a of j value and a of j will get the temp value. That is in the 14th line, if you can see, we have initialized the temp value as a of I. So in that case a of I will become a of I will become a of j, and a of j will become a of I, which is temp. Hope it explains you better. Here we can't simply do a of I is equals to a of j and a of j is equal to a of I, because while we are doing this a of I will be deleted and its value will be gone. So after executing the first statement, the old values of a of I will be lost, so there is no sense in interchanging the things. It will not interchange, rather than it will overwrite the values. Yeah, this is the pseudocode that we have written. After executing all these for 98 times, we will get the ascending order of 100 numbers. If we follow this way for all the large programs, we can easily write this pseudocode and transform it into a C program or any other language program in a very easy manner. That's it, friends. This is the introduction to process of programming. We have completed it, and we will continue with the introduction of C from the next video and start the real action of coding soon. Bye bye. Thank you. All is well.